Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. We're going to have a look here. It's a revisit, if you will, to another story that we did about a week ago involving Siobhan Brown and the XL Bullies. Well, there's been sort of a bit of an update, and if you remember, this was the one where England put a ban on place on the breed. Scotland said, oh no, we're not doing that. We want to be different from England. We're not doing this ban. And so all these XL Bullies got pushed up north to Scotland. And then a few days later, Humza Yousaf comes out and once again had to do a U-turn. He is spinning around like a top, isn't he, with everything he keeps U-turning on. So he's putting this ban on XL Bullies. There's a lot of people complaining. It looks like it may well end up being yet another sort of stoking the fires of the SNP's civil war. But we have now an SNP minister, Siobhan Brown, moaning now about Scotland's XL Bully ban and attacking the UK government for banning them and then for failing to stop people in England sending them to a place where they're not banned. How is it anyone's fault but your own for not banning it? People will do these things. It's not a fault of anything. It's just simply people doing what they think they can do with the law as it stands. She's an idiot. But we'll take a look anyway. Here goes. So yeah, it's not a story I want to go particularly deep into. It's an update of a continuing tale. But I think it is certainly worth having a look at because she is now being criticised herself, which is a very... There are many... Let's put it this way. There are many reasons why the party, the SNP, are dissolving in front of our faces. Who'd have thought that the big one that actually would have caused the most problems for the party would be dogs? It's a very, very weird, out of left field that this should be the one that's causing the problems. Anyway, the pathetic SNP minister moans about new XL bully ban as she attacks the UK government for failing to stop dog owners moving north. What are they going to do? Put roadblocks up? You're not allowed to have your dog. Okay, we're taking it out of the country. Well, okay then. The Scottish Government's Community Safety Minister and all-round moron, Siobhan Brown, was blasted for her brass neck after claiming that the UK government should have stopped people moving north of the border with their dangerous dogs. Has she never heard of free movement? What does she want? Passport control? Guys with, a whole series of vets at the border putting the dogs down? Is that what she's after? Or does she hate dogs that much? I don't know. She's a very weird person. The SNP minister was branded pathetic after moaning... Well, the very fact SNP minister is enough, I think, to brand you pathetic. But anyway, was branded pathetic after moaning about the Scottish government being forced into introducing a ban on killer XL bully dogs. They weren't forced into it. He chose to do it. No one held him up against the wall, put his arm behind the back and were twisting it until he said uncle. No, he made that decision. Community Safety Minister Siobhan Brown blamed Westminster for failing to stop dog owners bringing their animals north of the border. What are they to do though, Siobhan? What is your solution? Rather than just moaning, come up with a solution. No, because it takes intelligence. And since you've joined the SNP, it's a surefire way of showing that you haven't got any. The Scottish Government confirmed it was bringing in legislation to stop the sale of the canines in Scotland, with all current XL bullies needing to be registered and muzzled when out in public, and when this is brought in later this year. It will follow Rishi Sunak's footsteps in doing this. Instead of admitting that it should have done this quicker, Miss Brown instead blamed Westminster for failing to stop an influx of dangerous animals from England to Scotland, rather than blaming Scotland for stopping them coming in. She really is bigoted, isn't she? I mean, apart from being an idiot, she's a very much of a bigot. She said such a decision was for the UK government to make for owners in England and Wales. No, it isn't. They've banned them. It's up to the Scottish government to stop them coming in. The UK government's failed, however, to fully consider the knock-on impacts of that decision. No, they didn't. It's not their problem. As the First Minister set out last week, the UK government failed to act to stop dog owners in England and Wales evade the new controls. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking the dog out of a place where it's banned. The only thing she can think of is she wants all these dogs destroyed. That's the only other option. Is that what she's saying? I want to destroy all these dogs. Even I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying geld them and stop them breeding. Let the ones that are alive live. Just don't breed them anymore. That's humane, surely. Anyway, she said that changed the balance of whether we needed to act here in Scotland when they brought them all in, of course. She added, we must recognise the consequences of the UK government policy on XL bully dogs. Effectively, it would see England owners in England and Wales able to get rid of their XL bullies here in Scotland. We therefore have to act and enhance safeguards that will help keep the public safe. Boom! There she goes. Help keep the public safe. She's admitting these dogs are dangerous. In that line goes to show the moron up for what she is. Previously she's saying we don't need a ban on these dogs. And by that line, we need to keep the public safe. And so she's admitting the dogs are dangerous. Well, if you're admitting the dogs are dangerous, then perhaps a ban is the right thing to do. Bing. It's very hard going through life as stupid as Siobhian Brown. It really, truly is, isn't it? Anyway, she said it is therefore now right to replicate the regime in England and Wales, so to remove the ability of English and Welsh dog owners to use Scotland to get rid of their dogs. The dogs that you have now admitted are dangerous. Moving forward, we will be considering the issues that have arisen as a consequence of the UK government's policy. But Scottish Tory Justice spokesman Russell Findlay hit out at these comments because it's quite clearly wrong. We've done it ourselves. So I haven't read this, but I bet he's going along the same lines we are. Claiming that Miss Brown had a brass neck to complain about the actions of Westminster, he accused the SNP executive of attempting to use such an important issue to create a grievance. If it was raining in England, they'd say that it was the fault of Westminster stealing all the water that should have been falling in Scotland or something. That's how these people are. They look for a grievance everywhere. He said, for fans of SNP grievance output, this is really a belter. Adults and children across the UK have been maimed and killed by XL bullies, and in response, and quite rightly, UK ministers moved quickly to protect the public. They banned the breeding, sale, exchange and gifting of these dangerous and powerful animals, but the SNP decided to reject the same measures. I know, and then she comes out and says, oh, well, now we have to put it in for public safety. The dim is strong in these people, isn't it? It says, I know that 11 SNP MSPs have already stated their opposition to this ban, but will they show some teeth or will they retreat with their tails between their legs? My colleague Jamie Green and others warned that the SNP's stupidity will result in an influx of XL bullies into Scotland, and that's exactly what's happened. And so you've now got all these dogs in Scotland, which you're now going to have to ban, and so it's now Scotland that's going to have to deal with them, not England, because you wanted to create that difference, to create that grievance, to show how better Scotland is. And then all these dogs go there and go, oh, we're going to protect the public from these dangerous dogs. That was funny how they weren't dangerous when they were in England. Anyway, I shall leave that there, but we all can now see that Siobhian Brown is truly an idiot. There she is, looking very dumb. How do these people function? Anyway, coming up. Like Angus in the previous video, this is another example, this time by Siobhian Brown, of open mouth insert foot. Do they not think about the words that are about to come out of their mouths? Do they not consider what they're saying? Do they not write down what they're going to say and read it back? Do they not say it to an aide and say, how does that sound? Or do they just sit there, open their gobs, let the stupid flow out like tea from an urn, and then sit back and go, wasn't I wonderful? And then sit back an hour later and watch people like me and you and all the people who make in the comments say, what a stupid woman. I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please let me know in the comments what you think about this one. Is it right? Are they stupid? Or should the breed be banned? I personally think just letting the ones that live out the rest of their lives. Just don't breed anymore. think that's the most humane way. But it should have been banned from day one. But hey, never mind. Stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later.